Hello viewers, welcome to UN Autonomous College. Today we can discuss the concept of system boot up commands with using the some different type of cells programming with the implementation of Unix. Then just we can learn what are the different outlines about this topic, what is the meaning of system boot up, then we can learn login Unix, then we can learn types of Unix command, then we can learn what are the different examples related to Unix commands. First of all, we can discuss what is the real meaning of that system boot up concept. We know that whenever you are using any type of operating system, every type of operating system is always need a boot up time. We know that we have two type of memory location like your primary and secondary memory, but that primary memory is further divided into two types, one is RAM and ROM. We know that read only memory is specially used for doing the booting time programming application, which is specially stored in our motherboard, and due to that booting applications is specially performed with the implementation of that boot up time of Unix. Let us focus on that slide. That system boot up concept is going to explain that if you have a computer which has the Unix operating system installed in it, then you simply need to turn on the system to make it live. So as soon as you turn on the system, it starts booting up and finally it promotes you to log into the system, which is an activity to log into the system and use it for your day-to-day activities. We know that whenever user want to log into the system, we need to first start up that system. At the time of startup, your operating system is always need to load from the secondary memory to RAM. In that time is known as a system boot up time. But in a Unix system, we need different techniques to boot up that processing in our computer system. Let us focus on the second slide. What is the real meaning of Unix login system? That means whenever user want to process their information or want to process their activity in that system, user must log into that system. It is a one type of very flexible and reliable environment which is provided by our Unix operating system. We can focus on that slide. When you first connect to the Unix system, you must to use the prompt that is known as a login. Whenever user want to press that command login, then it can get a platform through which user can give their user ID as well as their password, so that whenever user can type their user ID as well as their password, then can must to give the case sensitive letter. That means whenever user can create their user ID or password, it must be written in the case sensitive. That means if you get creating any type of password by using small letter, that means you must to use that small letter as a password. If you are changing that letter to uppercase, then it can show an error. That's why if you provide the correct user ID and password, then you will be allowed to enter into the system. If you are not doing that, then you can getting a message. Then how is it possible to using that login ID? Let us focus on that slide. You have to use that login. Whenever user can press that login, that means user must to give their user ID that is written as AMROD. If that AMROD is known as a user ID, that user ID is always need a password. It is known as a last and is a case sensitive. User must to write in the first character must be uppercase, then lowercase, then lowercase. That is one format we can use it, but it is not predefined. User can create their own password according to their wish, as well also to create their own password according to their requirement. Whenever user is entering to that system, automatically user can display that current day, time and month, and also some relevant information regarding about their system. Whenever user want to use to display their calendar in their monitor screen, user must to use that is a command which is written on the slide, that is known as a command prompt. That command prompt is always looks like a $sign. It is known as $sign is looks like a prompt in our Unix system, where you type all commands. For example, to check calendar, you need to type the cal command. That means you need to write the prompt, that is a $sign, which is automatically displayed in our Unix system. Then you can type the command that is known as a cal, which can display the current system calendar in our monitor. Let us focus on the second slide, that is known as what are the different type of Unix command we required in our operating system or in our programming approach. That's why we need some commands. That's why the system is a command based. We know that whenever user want to doing any type of Unix relevant coding, in that moment user must to input their commands with a specific type of platform that is known as an interface. We know that what is the meaning of operating system that is related to Unix. That means every type of operating system is known as a system software. That system software always provides an interface. By using that interface, a user can interact with a system hardware, which is a directly performed from the user side to your hardware section. In their middle section is always lies a one platform that is known as a system software platform, which is provided by operating system. We know that operating system is also known as a multi-user operating system. Let us focus on the slide. Whenever user can using lots of commands in it, but generally we are making that commands in two groups. That command known as internal commands and external commands. Let us first discuss what is the real meaning of that internal commands. We know that these commands are specially used to build into the cell, and for all the cell built-in commands are executed in a system very faster, where the cell does not have to search the given path for them in the path variable, and also no process needs to be swapped for executing it. That means we have some commands, those commands are related to cell. That means some cell relevant commands is always known as a internal commands. That is not need any type of explicit activity for doing that program. And some codings like echo is the one command which is used as an internal command, and by using that command which is specially performed through one cell activity. That's why we use that is the internal type commands, which is specially needed for our scripting based programming. Let us focus on the slide. Some example are related to our internal commands like source. Source is a one type of command which is related to internal commands, and that command is specially designed through a cell, and that cell is known as a system build activity. And cd is also another type of command which is provided by cell activity, fg, etc. Lots of commands we have which are related to that internal commands of a Unix system. Next we can learn what is the real meaning of that external commands. We know that we have some commands which are not built into the cell. That means some commands are not related to cell script, but it is used for the Unix command. When an external command has to be executed, the cell looks for its path given in the path variable, and also a new process has to be swapped and the command gets executed. They are usually located in /bin or /usr, means user then /bin. It is known as a one type of location where the external command is located in their directory or in their that platform. It is a path variable. We need to mention that path whenever user want to access this kind of external commands, and that commands must to belongs to this platform, means this is a path location of our external commands which are stored different type of external commands in that directory location. /bin or /usr then /bin is a location where we can store lots of predefined, or we can say this is a really which is not related to cell, but it is a predefined by some location, and that location related to our external activity. Let us discuss from an example. When you execute that cat once a command, and by using that command which usually it is a belongs to that usr then /bin folder, there is a path location. That means it is a related to our external command. Somehow this command can be executed like this. There is a /usr then /bin then /cat gets been executed. It is a specific type of location through which you can execute it. Similarly, we have some extra external commands like ls and cat, etc. Lots of commands we have. If a user want to display some predefined some directories or folders which are available in our system, we can generally use that ls, means list. Through that command we can specially extract some predefined directories from our system. Next we can discuss, we have some commands like ls, and that ls command is a one type of file to select or program to select some different existence in the /bin directories, and it is a branded as an external command. That actually means that ls command is not built in the cell, but these are executable, means present in our separate files. Simple word we can say, every type of external commands are always belongs to /bin. Whenever any type of external commands are related to that /bin, means whenever this kind of commands are related to /bin or /usr then /bin, that means this type of commands are the consideration of a external command. Whenever any type of commands are related to some means a cell relevant, that is known as is a cell, means some internal relevant commands. Let us focus on that slide. Whenever user want to process this location, that means suppose we have a command like echo. Echo is a one type of internal type command. Suppose I want to know echo is a which type of command. In that time we can take the help of that type command, and that type command then we can write, you want to execute which type of command, means that is a echo. You want to know this echo is a which type of command, that may be internal or external. Whenever you can write that prompt, means $sign, that is a Unix prompt, then you can type the command like type, then space, then you can write the echo, then you can enter, then you are getting that echo is a cell built in. That means you know that whenever any type of message written as a cell built in, that means it is known as internal type command. Let us we can focus on that note. Echo is not an external command because we know that it is related to cell relevant. That's why echo is not related to our means internal base command. And always we know that whenever user can access many type of commands, and that time to know that command is belongs to which type, in that moment user must to prefer to type a command that is known as a type command, type. Whenever user can use that command in front of that prompt, that is a $prompt, which is known as a Unix prompt in our Unix programming section, then we can type the which type of command to check it is a internal or external, then we can press the enter. Let us focus on the next slide, that is known as how to find out whether a command is internal or external. Already we can discuss in the previous section. We know that in the addition to this type of section or this type of way of execution, we must to use to know about that is a internal command or external command. In that time we can use a command that is known as a type command. If we want to know about this cat is a which type of command, that is external or internal, in that moment user must to use that prompt, means Unix prompt, then we can use a keyword that is known as a type, then we can use a specific type of command that is known as a cat. By using that cat we can press an enter. We know that cat is belongs to which type of command, that means it is known as a belongs to that is /bin then /cat, which is known as a external type command. Okay. Similarly we want to know about that cd. Cd is a external or internal command, then we can type that type command, then we can type the external command that is known as cd, then we can press an enter, then we know that cd is a cell built-in command, that means it is related to internal type command. Let us focus on the next slide, that means how to listing some directories or files in our programming system. First of all, user must to use that Unix which is organized into files, and all files are organized into directories. Then these directories are organized into tree like structure that is known as file system. And we know that that means in our DOS concept, means this operating system, also we have a command like dir. It is known as to display different type of directories which are in the form of tree like structure. Then we can also use like ls in our Unix programming concept. Whenever user can use that command, ls command, we can retrieve our system files or directories in the form of tree like structure, means in the listing section. We know that this directory or file is the which type of file and it is created in which time or which day, everything we can collect, we can retrieve the each and every contents of that folder through that ls command. And that's why user must use that ls command to list out all files and directories which are available in our directory section. Whenever user want to process the data through, that is known as a slash, means we can use a /bin /usr then /bin, it is known as a section of that external command. And whenever user can use that hyphen L means that is a option through which you can only retrieve that is related to our directories or some specific type of files. Let us discuss the next concept, that is known as how to use that ls command. First of all, we can use that Unix prompt, then we can write that ls, then hyphen L. In whenever user typing this section, then we can press enter. In that time we are getting that we have some related total number of files, means 19,621 files we have in that section, but we are getting some specific type of files which are selected, and that D section is denoted as a directory, and D means is a directory section, and this minus means hyphen R is related to some other file, and like some text file, document file, image file, any different type of files, but that D is located as a directory file which is already noted in that section. Here the entries starting with the D means it is represented as a directory section. So in this way we can retrieve our directories or some other type of files through using that ls space hyphen L command. Let us discuss the next concept, that means how to change the password of our Unix system. Whenever all user means want to process their information in that Unix system, that means user must to use that password section, and user required to how to change that password. In that time user must to follow some steps, that is related to 4 steps. So in the first step user must to use to start type password at the command prompt as shown in the below, like that. Whenever user want to change the password, first of all user must to use the command like passwd means password, which is written after that prompt, that is known as a Unix prompt, and that is written as a $sign. Then we can, whenever user enter your old password, means first of all we can want to change that old password, changing the password for the Amrod is known as a user ID, and for that user ID we can change their password. Then user can write the current password, which password is already used in that Amrod user ID. Then we can type our new password by using that new password which is currently accessed by that user ID Amrod. Then we can also retype that user ID new password by using that the given password section. After all, we can getting a specific type of message like that all authentication token updated successfully. That means whenever you are using this 4 steps, by using that 4 steps we are automatically changing our password section very successfully without any problem. Next, we are using a specific type of command that is known as who are you command. What is the use of that command? By using that command who are you, that means if a user want to process, that system is processed by which type of user ID or which type of user. That means at that time we are using that whom am I command. Whenever user can use that whom am I command, we know that that system getting a specific environment. Through that environment we know that this type of user is accessed by that Unix operating system. Let us focus on that slide. Whenever user typing that who am I, then we are getting that Amrod means it is the user ID. That user using that Unix system, we know that in a single time we can use multiple users at a time. That means if a Amrod is not a single user, another user can also known as any name, that may be Smith, that may be Rojan, that may be any type of name can be accessed that Unix. Whenever user typing that who am I command, we are getting information about what are the different type of users can using that type of system. But that who am I is specially locate a specific type of user is locating or accessing that Unix operating system. Next, we can learn how to log out from that system. In that moment we prefer specific type of command that is known as a logout command. When you finish your session, whenever user accessing that operating system by providing lots of command, that means we know that whenever user log into a specific type of system, in that time user can give lots of command. By using that command we can process lots of information in it, but in that time we are getting lots of commands or lots of statements which are related to that program. In that way we need to release from their memory. Some programming languages can using some predefined commands, like if I am preferring any type of Java, then we are using finalize command, which is playing as a destructor. Whenever you are using in your C++, we are using tilde symbol. By using that symbol we can using as a destructor in our system, means we can release our object, release our some reserved keywords in our system. That's why we prefer to using some destructor. Similarly, in our Unix operating system we are using a specific type of command that is known as a logout command. Whenever user can prefer to log out from their current section, we must to type that is known as a logout, which that logout must be written after a prompt, that is a $sign, which is displayed on our monitor screen. Let us focus on it. Just type the logout command at the command prompt and the system will clean up everything and break the connection. That means by using that logout command we can easily breaking whole connections from our system. In this way we can successfully log into that system, then easily doing their each and every programs in their system without any problem. After that we can writing that command logout, we can successfully log out from the system. Okay, finally, thank you.